Yeah. If you're watching the replay, fast forward 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to let some people get in here. Please hit the like button. Thanks for stopping by. We got a $25 live stream goal. Whatever you can give, greatly appreciated. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Let's get it. This live stream is brought to you by Captain Morgan Sliced Apple with off-brand Sprite. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. We about to get started in a minute.
don't know if this is possible. I've seen my mama deal with men. Like, I've seen, like, oh, Mr. So-and-so, or oh, so-and-so, but I've never really seen my mama have a man. Now, maybe she lived.
Yeah. It's been a long day, fellas. A long day. Long motherfucking day. What up, what up, what up, though? What up, what up, what up? Let me know something in the chat. Let me know you here. Let me know which one of my family members is in the house. If that means saying what's up, RB, or that mean telling me where you tuning in from, or if you're in the comments section watching the replay, let me know something below. You dig? We definitely got some ridiculous nonsense to get into, no question. Let's do my e-begging spiel. Well, before I do that, tonight's live stream is brought to you by Captain Morgan sliced apple mixed with generic Sprite. What up, James? So I might be a little tipsy this stream, so that's gonna be a first. Cause I haven't been drinking with my blood pressure medicine, but I eventually said fuck it and started back. Not that I was a heavy drinker to begin with, but you know. Looking for a live stream sponsor starting at $5. Makes you the king of the stream, big dog of the stream. We got a $25 goal. If we meet the goal, we guarantee a live stream Thursday. Or matter of fact, we already got a Thursday live stream guaranteed. So I guess if we meet the goal this stream, it guarantee a live stream Friday. And it also guarantees I'll stay on longer than an hour, at least an hour and a half if we meet that $25 goal tonight. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. And I got a story I want to tell. Well, not really a story, but I got something I want to talk about before we get into a video. But I'm going to finish eating my chips first. So while I'm eating my chips, I'm going to play a little bit of this video.
People mad with this video. And so be it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just telling my story, and hopefully I'm able to tell it in a way that is understandable and I'm getting my point across. So you might be wondering, what's the point of this video? I want to share my story, and I want to speak to those of you who are going through something similar, so you understand that you're not alone. Because bitch, I feel alone. In fact, that's the problem. That's the whole reason for this video, is boy do I feel alone. Okay, so I just thought that I would tell you some experiences I have had and am currently experiencing now, and let's talk about it. But before we get into that, definitely remember to like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell. Definitely leave a comment below. Like I said, you guys have been really good at helping me out with the algorithm, and I'm getting a lot of views and a lot of subs, and I really love it. I love talking to you guys in the comments. I'm gonna be completely upfront and say I can't get to everybody, especially if you're a person who left a really long, thoughtful comment. Do not think that I'm ignoring you. It's just sometimes I'm reading those comments while I'm sitting at the bar, and I'm just not completely, you don't want me to answer right then. You want my complete, full, undivided attention, and I want to give it to you. So just give me a sec. I hope that I get to it soon. Anyway, so there's a lot of things that have.
Okay, I'm not done with my chips yet, but look, if a woman got all these piercings in her nose and lips, she's a broken woman. Fucking period. You don't need to talk to her to get to know, like, what's going on with her life. Fucked up things are going on with her life. If she got a nose ring and a lip ring and all that other bullshit. Simple and plain. But let me finish eating my chips. I'm almost done.
Happened recently for me to talk about the video that I am currently talking about, and I don't want this to be a super long video, but just it's a combination of rejection mixed with loneliness, mixed with being unemployed for 4 months, mixed with being single for 4 years, mixed with taking stock of where I've been and where I'm going. Yeah,
I told you this bitch was fucked up. See? I told you before she even said anything. I already told you. I'm the basic bitch whisperer.
First off, I would like to say that I am a person who thinks about how I'm single a lot. I think about it all the time. And I know how I feel about it. I don't like it. It's funny because I'm 32. I was talking to another one of my 30-something-year-old friends. She's a little older than me. And I said something about when I have kids. And she was like, "You want kids?" And I realized in that moment it was because she thought that since I was in my 30s and not dating anyone and hadn't been dating anyone the 4 years that she had known me, that just kids just weren't on my radar. And I was like, yeah, I want kids. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry them by the time that they're available to me, but...
Let's be clear. With me eating chips. Thank y'all for putting up with my bullshit. I appreciate you. Keep in mind, I've been drinking tonight. Like, she had every opportunity in the world to have a relationship. She had every opportunity since she was 16. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear the sob stories. How did you get to your 30s? Just never mind.
That I would like to have kids, which brings me back to like, why am I single? I was having another conversation with another one of my friends, and she said that she's been going on dates, but everybody that she's been going on dates with has been giving her the ick. It's funny because when she's on dates, she'll like text us like, "Oh no, this isn't gonna work out," or she'll send us things that they've sent her, and sometimes it's like petty. In fact, anytime you get the ick, it might be a little petty. In fact, I made a whole video that people did not watch. I don't know why people didn't watch it. I put a lot of work into that. I did research on that and everything. I have screenshots. I thought it was really funny. So check that out if it pleases you. We talk about the icks that people experience, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not my problem. My problem is not that I get the ick. My problem is I don't even get the date. I don't get there. And I'm gonna explain what I mean, because I'm sure the first thing that you probably thought when I said that was, "But you're so pretty." First off, thank you. I also think I'm pretty, but two things can be true. I guess I should tell you a little bit about my dating history. I have dated a total of 2 people in my adult life. I dated one for, I'm gonna say 18 months, and the other for maybe 8 months. So I have around 2 years total dating experience in my...
First off, get over yourself. I mean, you're all right. That's a big problem in the dating market these days. These women think they're so much prettier than they actually are. Every woman think they're a bad bitch. You're what, 33, and you only have 2 years of dating experience? What have you been doing all the other times? Yeah, we know, fucking. Situationships, casual flings. It's really sad.
Entire 32 years of life, and I got my first boyfriend when I was 25 years old. All of this did not feel like it was by choice, and I'll get into that. I gotta stop looking at myself while I'm recording because I'm trying to make sure my hair looks great.
Because you're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. That's why you can't stop looking at yourself. You know, this is a good segue into what I wanted to talk about. Women don't know how to be likable people. It's just not in most women to be likable people. So men, we're stuck with trying to manage their unlikableness in day-to-day interactions. And then if we bring any attention to the fact that they're unlikable, then they spaz out on us. But they know they're not likable people. Most women know they're not good people. They just don't want nobody to call them out on it. Women are just inherently obnoxious. That's what I feel about most women. Every once in a while, you'll meet a chick who's cool, but it's few and far between. They just don't have it in them to be a cool, chill, likable person. Most of them, they really don't. It's not in their DNA. I try not to hold it against them, but it's so hard.
And I'm also trying to make sure none of these fucking candles is lighting anything on fire back here. In one of these videos, everybody was like, oh my God, that candle's too close to those blinds. I'm so worried that they're gonna burn or catch on fire. They did. They definitely did. Thank you for telling me. I wish I had known that while it was happening. But that's what I keep looking at though. It's not out of vanity.
It's definitely out of vanity. It's definitely out of vanity. She just seems like a fuck up. Can you imagine being the guy that has to come be the cleanup man for this woman? And not only the cleanup man for whatever's going on in her life right now, the indefinite cleanup man. It couldn't be me. Because think about how annoyed you are just looking at this 4-minute and 30-second video so far. Can you imagine having to deal with this day in and day out on top of life's troubles and ills and stresses?
Just trying to make sure ain't nothing catching on fire back here, okay? Because I light a bunch of candles for these things. And if you're wondering why, it's for the ambiance. Duh. But just a brief overview of my dating history. Because my dating history is so brief, like literally, my dating history is literally nothing. I feel like it would be more beneficial to let you know about the history of interest that I had, because that's more robust. I would say for every year of my life, I have had at least one major crush on somebody. There was maybe 1 year of my life where I didn't like anybody. It was like a couple years ago. It was,
But nothing about you is giving functional adult in your 30s. Like, you come across like a 12-year-old and you're 32 years old. What about that screams girlfriend? What about that screams wife? Nothing. Okay, if you really want to be transparent, talk about how many sexual partners you've had. You talk about how you only had 2 boyfriends. I'm willing to bet everything I own that you've had sex with more than 2 men.
I say it was 2020. Yeah, it had to be 2020. I had just broken up with my last boyfriend and there was nobody, bitch. There was nobody here. We were in quarantine. I wasn't going into work. But instead of starting from the beginning, I'm gonna actually start from the now. I
can't. I just can't. I mean, this was just a little filler video anyway until I got finished eating my chips, so I'm going to spare you guys. I'm going to spare you. I want to talk about what happened on Married at First Sight real quick before we get into some ridiculousness. So, a couple of the women on Married at First Sight just flat out don't like their husbands. And they basically treat their husbands like crap. And they make it very clear that they don't like them. They're always starting fights with them, or they're always being smug and dismissive. So the one dude was talking to one of the girls that don't really like him. Well, not one of the girls. He was talking to his wife that doesn't like him. And he was like, you know, I'm really feeling you. I can see us being grandparents. I could see us driving our kids to college, you know, stuff like that. Like, I really see a future with you. And her response was, thanks, Alan. Damn, all that he said, and your response was, thanks, Alan. She wasn't even trying to sound enthused or trying to make him believe that she like him. That's why it's just not worth it, man. If a chick ain't feeling you, she just ain't feeling you, move on. Because all she's going to do is torture you the whole time you're trying to, like, keep shooting your shots. Just let it go. When a woman like you, there's no gray area whatsoever. I always say when a woman like you, she will drive to your house at 3 in the morning, 2 hours away, and she got to wake up at 6 in the morning and it's 3 in the morning. You know, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. But another thing that happened, one of the husbands like just went ghost on one of the wives. Like I guess she pissed him off, and that's what women do. They piss men off because they're obnoxious and annoying and overbearing. So he went ghost for a couple of days, and then of course the woman went to the 1 month anniversary where all the couples meet up at a dinner because they're all celebrating 1 month anniversary at the same time. So she's venting to all the other couples about how he ghosted her and he called her an asshole, and she's making him out to be the villain, of course, as women do. But we all know there's two sides to a story. So he didn't show up to the dinner, at least at first. So he finally shows up to the dinner, and everybody's trying to press him. You know the women are going to be shady at the table. What's up with you, man? Okay, tell me what's really good. And the guy's like, look, I don't want to talk about this. I'm just here to just show my support to the couples. And of course the women kept pressing him. But tell us what's going on. Like, why are you late? What? Everybody kept pressing him, and he kept saying, I don't want to talk about it. And the point I want to make with that is women don't have any decorum. They always feel the need to press a man or challenge a man. And it's just not feminine. You know, it's not y'all place to try to get answers for your friend. That's why guys rarely like their girlfriend or wives' friends. Because the female friends are always trying to break the husband or boyfriend's balls, and it's just not their fucking place. Were women ever just quiet and submissive? What decade was that? When women knew their place and knew not to challenge a man in any way, shape, or form. Did that time ever exist? I wish we can go back in the time machine. Anyway, let's get into some ridiculous nonsense. You dig? Let's do it. Hey, can y'all tell I've been drinking at all? Let me know something in the chat. This is about to be an ill stream. Hold on, let me find the Kendra episode I want to go over. Let's see.
Okay. Willis Wilson said, if I change the smoke alarm batteries, will you feed me?
Oh my goodness, I will feed you because I can.
All right. You ready?
Sure.
Yes.
And I just want to say this.
I don't know. If I make you a highlight, you probably get at least 50,000 to 100,000 people will see your video. So if you are not prepared to share your information, that's really just on you. And it just, to me, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. But hey, it's you. All right. Jay Prince, show me the wall. Oh no, I gotta get Kim. Kim been waiting. Kim, show me the wall. Let me get Kim because Kim's been waiting. Show the wall, Kim. I gotta check the room. I gotta verify your room. All right. You ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I just want to say this. I didn't download the app either because I thought that if I jumped off of this screen that I would be disconnected from you. So.
Okay. This
But
your
I will.
first time watching me ever?
No, it's not. I've watched you. I just never. I always watch. I'm usually in the comments.
Okay. Do you always see me ask people for their dating app profile?
Recently, I haven't been online like in the last couple months, so
Okay.
no.
Okay. Well.
But I
all right,
will.
Well, do you want? Okay. You ready? What you want to do? Because
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. I'll do it, and if whoever is meant for me will find me on that app because I'll sign up.
Okay, Kim, where you calling me from?
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. How old are you, love?
I'm 40.
40. What you do for a living?
I'm a logistics manager.
Logistics manager. You have any children?
I have 3 children. They're grown.
How old are your grown children?
23, 22, and 18.
So much I want to touch on. So much. Where do I even start, really? 23, 22, and 18. Let's do some math. Let's do some quick math. She's 40 years old and she has a 23-year-old. So that means she had a kid when she was 17. That's never a good sign. And then she had another kid like a year later, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, she had another kid soon after. 40 with 3 kids. I mean, look, they're grown, so I get it. They're not in the house. But it's still something to be considered. Those are 3 people you're going to have to get along with. You're going to have to meet them. You're going to have some type of relationship with them, in my opinion. You're going to have to go to the family events. So, yeah, you're going to have to adopt them, even though they're adults. 40 years old, like I always say, it's over for dating. It's over. You had your chance. I'm sure you probably had 3 different baby daddies. Look, your time has passed. You had 20 years to figure out something with a man and make it work. If you couldn't do it in 20 years, dating ain't for you. Men aren't for you. Next thing I want to touch on. You look like a fucking dyke. You got a bedazzled baseball cap and a Lilo and Stitch hoodie on. What the fuck quality of man do you think you're going to catch with that? Like, presenting like this, what quality of man are you expecting? You put absolutely no effort into this whatsoever. You look goofy and silly as fuck. You have a children's cartoon character on your hoodie. The fact that it's a hoodie is bad enough, but the fact that Lilo and Stitch is on the front of it just makes it 100 times worse. And you got the braids, like you look like young M.A. Ma'am, are you a dyke? Do you even like men? This is getting off on the wrong foot, to say the least. To say the least. Do we want to continue? I can already tell you're going to be masculine. Let's just continue. I hope she's not asking for much. I really hope she's not asking for much.
How about the same man?
What was the question?
How old are your grown children?
23, 22, and 18.
How about the same man?
What was the question?
You heard her.
About the same man?
Yes. I married my high school sweetheart, divorced 14 years ago, and I've been divorcee since.
All right, I'll give you credit. I judged you too quick. You had all your kids inside of marriage. So you know what? I'm giving you your props, bitch. I can't hate. You know, you did it the way it was supposed to be done. You didn't stay married, but you're better. Even though you're presenting like this, in a sense, you're better than most women who come on Kendra G. So I got to give it up. But this is still going downhill. Trust me.
Okay, got you. Kim, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer. So we got Kim in Detroit, Michigan, mom of 3 grown kids by her ex-husband. She's a logistics manager. Let's do it in Detroit. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
A grown man, a man that has a good relationship with God, his mom, and if he has kids, a very healthy relationship with his children, a father, maybe a mentor in the community.
Okay. Do you have, what are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers would be someone who doesn't know what they want out of life. Someone with no ambition, just too comfortable. Someone who's not well learned. It's not about a degree, but you can have book smarts, or you can seek, knowledge, basically.
She's already asking for too much for what she is, just based off of appearance. You got to be a pillar in the community and self-educated and this and that. You're asking for way too much with the Lilo and Stitch hoodie on. I'm going to keep talking about that Lilo and Stitch hoodie the whole fucking review. If you're not a baddie, your list needs to be short. It's that simple. Men and women are really into looks. I'm starting to think women are into looks more than men. But yeah, let's just say human beings in the dating realm are really into looks. And look, as far as looks, you coming up way short. I mean, I don't know what you look like when you dialed up, but this is uncut and raw you. You're a 5 at best. So look, you need a list that has like 3 things on it max. So you already don't qualify for what you're talking about. You already don't qualify for what you're talking about. So let's just continue.
Seek, knowledge, basically. And maybe older men that dress like they're in their 20s is a deal breaker to me too.
No. I didn't hear that right. I'm hearing things. I must be hearing things. An older man who dressed like he in his 20s. You're 40 years old in a Lilo and Stitch hoodie. You don't find that a little immature? Look, you gonna talk about an older man who dressed like he in his 20s. You're a 40-year-old woman who dressed like she's 6. You got no room to talk. Like, Steven Spielberg couldn't write this script. Let's just continue.
I'm too comfortable. It's someone who's not well learned. It's not about a degree, but you can have book smarts, or you can seek, knowledge, basically. And maybe older men that dress like they're in their 20s is a deal breaker to me too.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No, but I'm not vain, but I do want to, be happy with who I roll over with the next morning. But no, attractive, confident in who he is, well put together, kind of definitely well groomed, and I like a nice.
Does she look well groomed, y'all? That's all I'm gonna say. How she's presenting to thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, does she look well groomed? And is this the type of woman most men would want to roll over and see? That's all I'm gonna ask. She's asking for things that she doesn't check off herself. And it just ain't right, y'all. It just ain't right.
No, but I'm not vain, but I do want to, be happy with who I roll over with the next morning. But no, attractive, confident in who he is, well put together, kind of definitely well groomed, and I like a nice scent. So.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Uh-oh.
He should at least make as much as me, or have the earning potential to do so. And the reason why for that is because men are oftentimes intimidated by women who are providers, or who make more money than them.
So,
okay, you just called yourself a provider. You're a self-proclaimed provider. Well, why would he be intimidated? Just get a man who needs to be provided for, and you be a provider, because that's what you just called yourself. Just keep that in mind throughout this interview. She called herself a provider. You're a man. Get you a woman. You already look like young M.A. You already look like a Les. Get you a girlfriend, since you're a provider. Providers don't get provided for. It don't even make sense. Just keep that in mind. I want y'all to keep that in front of your brain. What she called herself. Anytime a woman say men get intimidated by me, You know how many men disqualify you instantly for even saying that? But you're not self-aware to... Look, you're not smart enough to know that. Self-awareness is a foreign concept to most modern women. It really is.
He should at least make as much as me or have the earning potential to do so. And the reason why for that is because men are oftentimes intimidated by women who are providers or who make more money than them.
So what is that amount he needs to make?
I make 85 a year. I have the earning potential of 150, meaning I have multiple streams of income. So other facets of not employment, but other streams of income. So at least 50,000 with the potential to make more.
Okay. So you're not asking, so unless you want him to make at least 85K, that's what you make.
That's what I make. Yeah. And I would like a man to be able to match me so that he doesn't feel insecure with me being, more of a provider, so to speak.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Why do you keep saying provider? I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't get it. Which one is it? Do we got to make 85 or do we got to make 50? You're not much of a looker. See, women get too caught up in money. First off, you got to be fine to qualify for a certain salary. That's how it works. I didn't make the rules. But usually 85K men, 100. Let's do that again. But usually 85K men, 100K men, 250K men, they want something young, fit, friendly, and fine. And I don't think you meet any of those criteria. You're one of those women who think because I make 85K, you one of those women who think because I make 85K, I qualify for an 85K man. It just don't work like that. Those guys have better options than a dyke-looking bitch in a bedazzled ball cap and a Lilo and Stitch hoodie and a fucking laundry basket in the background and wood panel walls. Coming on Kendra G acting like she's some fucking queen of England or something. She put absolutely no effort in her appearance whatsoever and thinks she's going to get an above average man. It's not going to fucking happen. And Kendra know it's not going to fucking happen. But she can't say that. Because she needs you dingbats to keep coming on her show so she can meet her salary requirement. So she can, keep making that paper.
Okay. So you're not asking, so unless you want him to make at least 85K, that's what you make.
That's what I make. Yeah. And I would like a man to be able to match me so that he doesn't feel insecure with me being, more of a provider, so to speak. But even if he isn't currently making 80K, he has the potential, the earning potential, and not a hustle, but the mindset to own businesses and, to grow financially.
Look, most people aren't going to own businesses. People just be on the internet too much. They really do. If a man got to earn businesses and make a certain amount of money and all this, you don't value a man for just being who he is as a man. It's about a salary for you. It's about ambition for you. And that's why I say, man, there's no reason to take a woman serious after 25. Because after 25, it ain't about love for women no more. It's about checking off a checklist. It's about looking a certain way. It's about status. It's about security. It's not about me genuinely loving this man. And it damn sure ain't about that, at 40. And I can't see most men even being interested in making her one of their, fourth string flings based on how she's presenting. So yeah, this woman got a lot more to worry about than how much a man make. How about you get fit? How about you get feminine? How about you get friendly? But honestly, it's over. You're already stuck in your ways. You're 40 years old. You ain't doing no 180. It's just over. But trust me, the last thing you need to worry about is how much a man is making. You need to worry about how to get desirable to men. To even get, on that boat.
Okay. So you're not asking. So unless you want her to make at least 85K, that's what you make.
That's what I make. Yeah. And I would like a man to be able to match me so that he doesn't feel insecure with me being, more of a provider, so to speak. But even if he isn't currently making 80K, he has the potential, the earning potential, and not a hustle, but the mindset to own businesses and, to grow financially.
Got you. Okay, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Let me know when you can see my feet.
We're gonna
Oh, no, we don't need to see your feet. We don't want to see your fucking feet. Ma'am, you're not even fit. You don't qualify for a 50K man. You don't qualify for, look, you don't qualify for a straight man. Let alone a top tier straight man. You're not even fucking in shape. Why do you think you qualify for an 85K man? Being overweight, masculine, looking like you swing for the other team. Lilo and Stitch hoodie. Is this a joke? Is this a practical joke? Where's Ashton Kutcher, man? Is he about to pop out of the wood panel fucking wall? Women don't think men deserve anything. I said it on another live. Women think they deserve a top tier man no matter what. A 600-pound woman who looked like a monster in the face believes in her heart of hearts that she deserves a top tier man. A woman can have 20 kids by 20 baby daddies and she still will feel like she deserves a top tier man. No matter what happens in a woman's life, no matter how bad she looks, no matter how big she is, she always feels like she deserves the best of the best. And that's a mental illness. I hope this is a fucking joke. If this woman found a man with no job who would be willing to treat her right, she hit the fucking jackpot. This is so offensive. This is how little women think of men. How she's presenting right now is how little women think of men.
Can you see my legs?
I can see you.
Okay.
You know, I was talking about this not so long ago with another woman. I have a lot of women who do above average. I think average is like in America 50 or 60,000, but most of the women that come on my show do make more than that.
No, they don't.
And what happens is sometimes you just price yourself out because there could be a man that can afford you, but does he want to date you back? And then if there's a man that makes less, I know men don't like this. Men aren't intimidated. I do think there are some men who I can agree with you in that standard that sometimes feel away, but I also wonder, what is it making him feel that way? Like, is the woman putting it in his face that she makes so much more or whatever the case may be?
Yes, you already know she does. Just by the way she talking. You already know she does. Women are so full of shit inherently. Well, I don't want him to feel insecure. No, you're going to rub it in his nose. I make better than you. When are you going to step your game up, loser? You definitely come across as that type of person. But even Kendra saying, well, a man might not be able to afford a fat dyke. That's not something to afford. That's not anything any man is saving up for. A fat dyke with a bedazzled ball cap and fucking rat tails and a Lilo and Stitch hoodie. No man is making, weekly to bi-weekly deposits in his bank hoping he can stack up to that, to earn that prize. But let's just continue.
What is it making him feel that way? Like, is the woman putting it in his face that she makes so much more, or whatever the case may be? But finances is the number one issue right now when it comes to dating. I think if I was on television, they said, out of all the people you talk to, what's the number one issue with people getting in relationships? And it's money. Because now money is being considered and people block people out based off of money. So I really...
But look, what they don't get is the women who are benefiting from men with money are the women who were down with those men when they didn't have money. And when a man come up and he don't have that ride or die by his side who been riding with him for, years or decades, they just gonna play the field because they already know what time it is. They already know that women are inherently gold digging prostitutes. So he just gonna do his thing. So all these 40-year-old women, regardless of if they got a bunch of kids by a bunch of different baby daddies, regardless if they fine or ugly or fat or skinny, these 40-plus-year-old men who can afford to provide, they're not taking any of y'all serious, period. They're going to have their fun with women in their 20s and trick on women in their 20s if they're going to spend some money on a woman. I'm going to spend my money on a woman who fit, feminine, friendly, bubbly, and going to show me a good time for my money. Not some old washed up bitch with multiple kids by multiple men and all that. No, that don't even make sense. I'm a 40-year-old successful man. I worked my whole life to get to this point. To settle down with a fat 40-year-old who pushed out kids by different men and got a bad attitude. That's the best thing my money could buy? Of course not. You women could ask for whatever you want to ask for, but the market is going to decide. And the market has spoken. If you got to come on Kendra G, the market has spoken and you don't deserve what you're asking for. Beggars can't be choosers. If you come on Kendra G, you're a beggar. So take what you can get. Take whatever dusty come your way, because you're a dusty. Highly desired women on the dating market do not have to come on the Kendra G show, I assure you.
Is being considered and people block people out based off of money. So I really think money is outside of that, and then children, those two might be tied, but money and children are the number one blockers when it comes to people getting into relationships, child.
Well, and I'll say this, right? I'm 40 years old.
Right.
So
exactly.
I've matured, I've evolved. And so when I was younger, I was more like, yeah, I'll work with a dude,
But you're less valuable now. That's backwards. That's ass backwards. That's bass backwards. When you were 20, you could have been strict in a motherfucker. You had more leverage on the dating market. You owed and pushed out 3 humans. You don't get to ask for more as you decline in value on the dating market. That doesn't make sense. Men don't value your wisdom. Yeah, she old and blown out and fucked up, but she more wise, so I'm going to pay a higher price than all the other dudes had to pay. No.
But it hasn't worked out. And when I say intimidated, it's because I'm going to, if you say that you want that, if you lying to kick it, I'm going to find out. But if you're saying that you want that and you're not there, I'm gonna do my best to help motivate you. I'm gonna provide you with resources. I'm gonna come to the table and say, hey, let's start a truck driving school, or let's.
No, men aren't looking for women to help them start businesses. You sound like a fucking dude. You sound like a guy, and you look like a fucking guy. You look like a member of Bone Thugs and Harmony, ma'am. Men aren't checking for that. But this is what I want to touch on. She said, I gave basically broke dudes a chance and it didn't work out. If you can't make it work out with a broke motherfucker, what make you think you can live up to the standards of a motherfucker who highly accomplished and highly motivated, etc., etc.? See, this is what women don't get. If you can't make it work with an average Joe, you damn sure can't make it work with the top tier dudes on the dating market who have all these standards and expectations. If you can't make it work with a dude with no relationship expectations, you damn sure ain't gonna make it work with a high value man with 50 dating expectations. Think about it.
Start a truck driving school, or let's start a tow company or something like that. And a person can only pretend to be what they say they want to be for so long. So oftentimes what happens is they be lying to kick it. And they say, yeah, I want this too, and I want that too. But then when I come to the table and I say, okay, well, hey, let's get a business plan going, or something like that, they just never follow through with it.
Because men aren't looking to find a woman to start a business with. Men are looking for a woman to fuck, a woman to have companionship with, something like that. Men don't go to the club, I hope I can find a bitch who can start a business with me. Men do not pursue women to find business partners. The fuck are you talking about?
So now at 40, it's more so who's on the same playing field as me, or who's of the same mindset, and actions speak louder than words.
So let me be clear. Everything you're saying, of course, there's men like that, right? There's men that are doing well financially, that are on the same mindset plane as you. But then the question comes, are those men trying to date you, right?
No.
So then it comes down to that man that does exist, that's on your mindset, is he trying to court you? And then that becomes the issue, because men don't always, I don't think men want dumb women. So I won't say that. They say they don't care about a woman's job and money, but I don't think men who are going places want a smart woman. Like, they don't want no Dumbo. But they have other things that matter to them too when they make a certain amount of money. And I think that's the part sometimes women forget. They just think that, oh, I make 80K, 85K, he make 85K, so I make what you make, so let's close this deal. Whereas the 85K man might have a list of other things that are important to him when he goes to seek his woman. So then you have the men that may be trying to give you their energy, right? Give you their time, might not be at the financial level that you desire. And then I guess from what you're telling us, I'm only going off of what you say, they come across, I guess they've been intimidated, by how hard you work and what you put together. But that's the man that's trying to court you. So that's why I say sometimes it can be priced out unless y'all really gonna do more. Here's the deal. If y'all really want that man, y'all gotta learn that man, and he then becomes the prize, because
yeah, he's definitely the prize. But look, 100K men don't want to step out with a woman like this. You think a 100K man gonna take this to the banquet? I'm sure she wouldn't wear a Lilo and Stitch hoodie to the banquet, but she's embarrassing to be around. Like, if you're a man, you don't want some masculine woman around you. She's gonna embarrass you acting like a guy when you're out with your friends. She's gonna embarrass you, talking about, you want me to get the bill? I make 85K, you want me to get the bill? She ain't gonna say I make 85K, but you know what I mean. Just these masculine mannerisms. You're gonna make a man walk around with his head down. The point I wanted to make here is, women who qualify for 100K men, they don't question if they qualify for 100K men. They date those men. They have those men trying to propose to them. There's no question in their mind that if I settle down with a man, it's going to be a man who makes a certain type of money, because those are the only men I attract. If there's any question in your mind if you're going to be able to settle down with a man who got it going on, then you don't qualify for a man who got it going on. Because the women who have it going on have those guys knocking down their door. Flat out. And they don't have to come on to YouTube dating shows.
Unfortunately, that's the man y'all say y'all want, and there's a lot of y'all. Like 20,000 of y'all. So
I don't think 85K is a lot. And I'm going to say it like this. What I'm looking for in terms of in the next 5 years, I'm looking to be grossing at least 250,000 a year.
Oh.
So for me, 85 is humble. And I understand the economy that we're working in. Right?
It's not humble based on what you look like and what you act like and how old you are and how many kids you have. I mean, you 40. Look, the kids thing don't even matter at this point. It's not humble based on what you are in the dating market, period. And you making 250K is only going to hurt your situation. It's not going to help it. 250K would help a man's dating situation, but it hurts a woman's situation because now she want a man who make 250K. And once again, this woman don't qualify for 30K. And if she make 250,000 a day, it won't make her qualify for more than 30K. Bars. But she don't get it because she's too stuck in her masculine mind frame. Kendra trying to give her some game, but her ego won't let her take it in.
put together, but that's the man that's trying to court you. So that's why I say sometimes it can be priced out unless y'all really gonna do more. Here's the deal. If y'all really want that man, y'all gotta learn that man, and he then becomes the prize, because unfortunately that's the man y'all say y'all want, and there's a lot of y'all, like 20,000 of y'all. So
I don't think 85K is a lot, and I'm gonna say it like this. What I'm looking for in terms of in the next 5 years, I'm looking to be grossing at least 250,000 a year.
Okay.
So for me, 85 is humble, and I understand the economy that we're working in, or that we're in. But we gotta, the cost of living and stuff that went up. Like 80, I'm not boastful about my pay rate. That's why I also add in there that I have the earning potential of about 100 to 120,000 because I have other streams of incomes.
Okay, do you have a weight potential of 120 pounds? Talk to me about the potential you have to become feminine, or the potential you have to become fit, or the potential you have to put in effort to get a man. Talk to me about those potentials. Men don't want to hear about your income potentials. Just like you wouldn't want to hear about a man's income potential. Yeah, I make 50K, but I feel like I got the earning potential to make 250. You wouldn't want to hear that. You would laugh him off the fucking block if a dude came to you talking about, well, I don't make this, but I got the potential to make it.
For me, 85 is humble, and I understand the economy that we're working in, or that we're in. But we gotta, the cost of living and stuff that went up. Like 80, I'm not boastful about my pay rate. That's why I also add in there that I have the earning potential of about 100 to 120,000 because I have other streams of income and ways to generate additional money or whatever. I would prefer someone that can match what I'm already bringing to the table. Men want the same thing. And I'm hoping that if I experience that.
What do you mean men want the same thing?
Men want the same thing. Like you just said, men that have an earning potential of 85,000 to 100,000 a year, they oftentimes want a woman that can match that earning potential.
That's
and they
true.
say, even if
That's not true. That's not true.
They say even if she doesn't currently make it, that she has the motivation or that she wants that for herself.
You're not a good woman, period, for a man. Like, this money thing is irrelevant. Men don't desire you off the jump. We don't even got to get into these, financial conversations. Most men aren't going to be attracted to you from the jump. Before we even get to know anything else about you. And then even, let's just say a man is attracted to you. once he start interacting with you and seeing how masculine you are and how off-putting your personality is, look, it's not going to get to the point where we're even talking about how much he makes or how much you make. It's not going to get to that point. You're extremely undesirable physically and internally. We're not even going to get to the money conversation. That's what you're not getting.
Same thing. If even if he doesn't, I said, even if he doesn't make 85,000 a year, he makes 50,000 a year. I'm fine with that as long as he still has that motivation to earn more. Because even though
Can you imagine a fat, obnoxious dyke bitch constantly trying to push you to step your game up to match her? Like, if I'm gonna have a bitch constantly pushing me for more, it's gonna be a fine feminine bitch. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna feel that pressure, I want to feel that pressure from somebody who's nice to look at least.
I make 80 to 85,000 a year, I still want to be able to make more. And it's not about greed or materialistic things. There's stuff that I'm trying to do within my community and for my family, and in order for me to do so, I need to make more money. So it's not vanity. I mean, it's just a matter of wanting a different lifestyle for yourself.
Right. So let me jump in. So first of all, I understand your logic of what you desire to do, and you are a woman with ambition. So I understand all that. Where I disagree is where you said that a man that makes that financial requirement also is looking for a woman that makes that financial requirement. As I've been sitting here for 5 years, that's actually not what I hear. Usually when a man makes $250,000, he's kind of in the mindset he's paying for everything. So he's not really caring too much about the woman's income. It's more so, what woman do I want to pay for everything for? And because I make 250K and I'm going to pay for everything, these are the things that matter to me. And what I hear a lot of times, they sometimes want fit women. Sometimes they're looking for women that don't have as many kids. Sometimes they go younger. Now, again, this is not a one size fit all. So
It pretty much is a one size fit all. We got to stop basing hopes and dreams and aspirations off something that's only happening 5% of the time. If something only happened 5% of the time, that probably shouldn't be your main focus in life. I'm going to be honest. I'm not saying don't go for it at all, but that shouldn't be your plan A. The thing that only happened 5% of the time shouldn't be your plan A. As a woman in the dating market, I'll just say that. You know what I mean? I'll just put it like this. At 40 years old, my main career goal shouldn't be winning the NBA championship at 40 years old. And I've never played basketball professionally for any league or anything like that. My goal at 40 years old, if I'm a pizza guy, shouldn't be, you know what, by 55, I want to win the NBA championship. That's just goofy. Is it possible? Sure, I guess. But it's probably not wise for that to be my main goal that I'm going after at 40 years old.
So this doesn't apply to every man that makes that. But what it always comes down to is, like I said a second ago, that man exists. The question is he trying to court you back? And if he's not trying to court you back, do you give the men who are trying to court you your time a day? Because it's not about, you know, I understand what you're saying. It's $85K is not a lot of money. That's not the equation here, ladies and gentlemen. The equation that to solve the problem is, does he want to date you back?
Well, I mean, I've dated guys that match my income level or my required earning potential, and I've dated guys that make less than me. I don't discriminate. It's just I know what I want, and like I said, even if you don't make the same amount of money as me, all in all, You have to possess the skills and the willingness to be a provider, because at the end of the day, I want to be paired with a provider.
Nobody's providing for a 40-year-old woman with 3 kids. Get this shit out of y'all head. Y'all are some broke. I don't believe you make this type of money. To me, if a woman 40 years old, that's grown as fuck, and you make 85K, you wouldn't even be talking like this as far as finding a mate. If you 40 making 85K, the last thing on your mind is, I gotta find a man making 100K. Like, for what? Why do you need a man making 100K if you make 85K? You're a grown-ass woman. You've been paying bills your whole life. Why would I come provide for you? You a boss. You got the earning potential of 250K, etc., etc., etc. Why are you worried about money? You good with money. You straight. Your kids are out of the house. So if you make 85K, I mean, at 40, you probably already got your own house, probably had your own house for years. Where's all this money even going? What do you need a provider for? Can we talk about that? Not that you qualify for one, but even if you did, like, what? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't think there's any man on the planet thinking like, who's single, who's thinking like, I need to find me a 40-year-old woman who's not going to have my children to provide for. Providing goes along with you raising a man's kids. If you're not going to be raising a man's kids, there is no provider. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Provider comes with, you're raising my children. I'm trying to think of a good analogy that fits with a 40-year-old woman on the dating market asking for a provider. I'm gonna sit here. I don't care if it fucks up the stream. I'm gonna sit here in silence until I think of a good analogy for this. Oh gosh. And then when I chop this video, because this is definitely gonna be a separate episode with memes and shit attached for sure. So look, I'll cut off the empty space, but I'm gonna fucking sit here, and hopefully y'all will sit here with me until I figure out a good analogy for a 40-year-old woman on the dating market who fat with a Lilo and Stitch hoodie and a bedazzled ball cap asking for a provider. Let me just think. Let me think. Come on, help me out, y'all. I mean, I've been drinking a little bit, but I'm gonna sit here and fucking think about it. Help me out if y'all can. I'm gonna sit here and munch chips. I don't care. I'm gonna come up with an analogy. A 40-year-old woman asking for a provider. I'm just like something that just makes no logical sense. Like, I'm just trying to think. Hold on. I gotta think of something, man. Okay. I'm trying to think of a good one. I'm not gonna stop. Hold on. I know I'm fucking up the stream, but hold on. I'm thinking of a good one. Hold on. Okay. Is there such thing as... Okay, wait, hold on. This is a stupid analogy, but I'm going to say it anyway. A 40-year-old woman with kids, grown kids, on the dating market asking for a provider would be similar to me, having all of my appliances and electronics run on batteries, right? Let's say everything I owned. This is going to be a long, drawn out, ridiculous comparison. And it might not even make sense, but fuck it, I'm rolling with it because I took time to think about this. Imagine everything I owned was run on batteries. And let's just say, I'm talking about my TV, my refrigerator, my stove, everything I owned and everything I planned to own was run on batteries. All right? Roll with me. And let's say I was on a market, and let's say I was in the market to buy a new home, right? But keep in mind, everything I own is run on batteries. My TV, like literally everything, is run on batteries. And I have an unlimited supply of batteries that just get shipped to me automatically for free through Amazon Prime. So there's no shortage of batteries that I need to run everything in my home and to run everything I'm ever going to buy or own for the rest of my life. Right? All right. We got that part down. And I'm in the market for a new home. But every home I have, let me start again. I've been drinking. But every home I look at, they don't have any electrical outlets. So I'm like, no, I can't take this house. I'm in the market for a house and I really need a house bad. You know, I'm running out of time. I need to buy a house this month and I only got 5 days left. But every house that I go look at, they don't have any electrical outlets. And I'm going to hold off. I don't care if I got to be homeless. I'm going to hold off on buying a house until I find a house that has a bunch of electrical outlets. Even though nothing I own needs to be plugged in and nothing I ever own is going to need to be plugged in. But I'm willing to hold off on a house that got a bunch of electrical outlets. But I'm willing to hold off until I find a house with a bunch of electrical outlets that I will never need. But that's my deal breaker though. If it don't got a bunch of electrical outlets, I'm not buying. Even though I'm on the verge of homelessness within days. If I can't find a house with a bunch of electrical outlets I will never need, fuck it. I'm going to live in a tent. That's my long drawn out analogy. That's my long drawn out analogy for a 40-year-old woman with 3 kids holding out for a man who make 85 plus K. Let's just continue. Maybe that was a waste of time, but I liked it. Let's continue.
Although I am a provider, naturally I'm a woman. So there's more to me than just going out and bringing home the bacon. I know how to cook that bacon, keep a home clean, and the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the role of being a wife. So yes, I want you to be confident in our relationship as a man and knowing that you're the one that's holding it down. Like I said, I've tried it before with not making much and thinking they want to do more, and then they always feel like the relationship's in balance. And so it's not really because I look down on or don't want to experience love with somebody who doesn't earn a lot of money. It's just that's just how it ends up being, you know? So I'd rather avoid that and be with somebody who I'm more equally yoked with.
Look, if I'm 40 years old, I know how to clean my fucking house and I know how to cook for myself. What the fuck do I need you for? Seriously, what do I need you for? If I'm a tall, handsome 40-year-old man who make 85 to 100K, I can have hoes in and out this house when I feel like it. Why the fuck am I gonna get with a fat dyke with 3 kids and a masculine disposition? I'm just trying to make it make sense, y'all. I don't need you to cook and clean for me, and you work all the time, and you trying to work your way up to 250K. You don't got time to cook and clean and fuck me the way I want to get fucked. So why don't I just get a maid and get a prostitute and have my freedom and not have to hear your fucking mouth about how I need to step my game up? I think that's a better option.
Gotcha. I understand. I told you earlier I understood the logic. With the men that you said that dated in the price range that you prefer, that was better. Was it a relationship or was it dating?
It was just dating.
We've dated. There's some men I've dated, and some men they communicated that they had feelings for me, but it wasn't mutual.
So let's be clear about what she means. Basically, what she's saying is she want Mr. Perfect. She want a man who fine as hell who make 85K. She not mentioning that. She want a man who tall, because basically she's saying she didn't have chemistry. That's if you believe this. But I'm just going to go down the rabbit hole. Let's say there were a couple guys who made 85 to 100K, but let me guess, they were corny or they weren't tall enough or you weren't feeling the sexual chemistry. So you being a fat dyke with a Lilo and Stitch hoodie on, expect a man to be tall, super handsome, super charismatic, and make 85 to 100K. You think that makes sense? That guy and you standing next to each other, you think that go together? That's mental illness. Flat out, that's mental illness. In her mind, she's a baddie. I don't know how her brain is functioning that way, but in her mind, she a badass bitch. In her mind, she's Rihanna in her prime. I guess she feel like the 85K offset all this other goofy shit we seeing and hearing.
For me, but it wasn't mutual.
The ones that so there were some men that had their salary requirement, but you just didn't like them back.
Well, I won't say like them. It just the compatibility wasn't there.
Did y'all date though, or was just you said they
We did.
communicated?
No,
You did? Okay.
no, I dated. There was two guys particularly who I dated, or specifically I should say that I dated, and it went a couple of months, maybe 4 or 5 months or whatever. But I don't play with people's feelings, right? And so the connection for me wasn't there. It wasn't as strong. So,
So even though those men fit you felt y'all were equal in the salary department, you didn't like them with chemistry.
In terms of man and woman, where we were, what we know, what we want out of life, and our core family values, yes. But in terms of that spark, that chemistry, that, oh, I'm so happy to see you, no. Because if
we live in a time now where ugly fat women believe they deserve fit, fine, rich men. That's what it boils down to. The internet fucked the game up. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean, but ugly, fat, dyke-looking bitches think they deserve tall, fine men with big bags. And it just don't logically make sense. And it's never gonna fucking happen. Highlander says, what woman comes on a dating show in a hoodie? Look, I agree. She don't give a fuck what men want. Let me stop chewing so I can say that clear. Women like this don't give a flying fuck what men want. It's all about what she wants. She's making that very clear. Yeah, I can pull a 100K tall, fine, charismatic man in a hoodie and a bedazzled ball cap at 40. Fat as fuck. She genuinely believes that. I mean, I'm not even gonna say she a bad person. Like, seriously, honestly, I don't know if this woman is a bad person. I'm not going to say this woman is a bad person. She may be a great person. But she's a horrible fucking dating option, and she needs to humble herself about what she is in the dating market. It's that simple. She may give to the homeless. She may be a great human being outside of this dating realm. But in this dating realm, she's horse shit. But thinks she deserved the world.
So I'm not gonna go. I don't want them to see this and then feel a certain type of way. But it was they're good people. or whatever, but they will be more or better compatible with someone else.
Gotcha. Okay. You know you got some paid questions, girl. So let me get to these paid questions.
Okay.
Let me start with. We said this earlier, and I saw this question. Evie Ray said, "Men are never intimidated by a woman's money. Please stop saying that, especially with bringing 3 kids."
Okay, let me say this too. This is gonna be a long ass video to chop up. I'm gonna have to take out. I mean, I'm basically repeating the same shit, but this one gonna be hard to like chop up. But it's gonna be worth chopping up. I'm definitely making this a separate episode, no question. Can I get my likes up? I got 24 people watching, and I only got, what do I got? I don't got enough likes. So can y'all hit the like button? And I'm cooking tonight, so I need some donations because I'm fucking cooking tonight. I've been drinking. This is Tipsy RB, and I'm fucking cooking. I need some donations, even if it's just $5. I need somebody to donate tonight. I need something for this fucking cook-off. The fuck was I about to say? Oh, this is what I was about to say. You know, I always hear men say they're not intimidated by a woman making a certain amount of money. I always hear men say they're not intimidated by a woman living a certain type of lifestyle, having a certain type of car, having a certain type of whatever, house, apartment. Actually, I think there are men who are intimidated by a woman who's doing it bigger than he is. He does feel emasculated. I think a large percentage of men would feel insecure about that shit. If he making 50K and his woman making 100K and she pulling up in Benzes and got a nice ass house and he live in a studio apartment or something, I think a lot of men would feel a certain way about it. I honestly do. Now that I'm thinking about it, and you know, we've been talking about this for a long time, it may be a thing. Y'all let me know what you think, but I can definitely see that. Because when I'm thinking about the men I've interacted with in my life, men have egos. And men want to feel like they're superior to their bitch. Now, see, the difference with me is, look, I know I'm superior to the bitch if she make $1 billion. Because I understand the deeper intricacies. I know I'm better than the bitch. If I'm toothless living under a bridge, I feel better than Oprah. Because I know how a woman's brain works, and I know the value I could bring to a woman's life, even if I have no money, even if I don't have the potential to make another dollar again in my life. I know the value I could bring to a bitch. So I'm never going to feel like a woman better than me because she got a Benz, or she live in a mansion, or she got 26,000 degrees. Because I understand the value of manhood in a woman's life, and it ain't money. But there is a lot of guys who base their manhood off money. Money is what make them feel like a man with the woman. I'm not one of those guys. So yeah, I do think there are certain men who are intimidated by women with money. I do. And the thing that make it 10 times worse is these women are rubbing it in the guys' faces and they're being disrespectful to these men because they make more, and that's making it 10 times worse. Please let me know what y'all think about that. I need y'all to holler at me in the chat. But her problem is she's not attractive, internally or externally. That's her problem with men, period.
Okay, so my kids are grown. They're raised. My daughter's a chemical engineer. My son's in college now, studying psychology, and my middle child is a family man. In terms of them feeling insecure, it has nothing to do with, I'm gonna say it like this. It's not just about me making more money. It's about their role. So if a man feels as though he can't measure up because he gave false intentions or he wasn't completely honest, then that's where they become intimidated. Like, I can't do this, you know?
Okay. Your light went out.
My bad.
Yeah, like,
I got you.
Let me say this real quick. Okay, shout out to Highlanders. So, I said it before. Women who make a lot of money need to find a decent man of any salary and just deposit her money into his account so everything could be evened out the way it's supposed to be. Flat out. You make 85K, your best bet, this woman's best bet is to find a man making 20K, but he's solid in a lot of other areas, and build up a relationship with him. Look out for him if you need looked out for. If you need a car repair, help him out. Build that relationship with him. But see, that's the true problem. These women aren't relationship material. These women got a lot of flaws that make them not compatible with a man. So it don't matter about the money, because even if money wasn't the issue, her internal flaws is what's going to make a relationship not work with a man. But anyway, let me get back to what I was going to say. If she could find a 20K man who got a lot of other good characteristics and actually build up a relationship with him as a human and get along with him as a human. See, that's the part we keep neglecting. We don't talk about that enough. Are you a likable human to sit in the room with? Can you get along with a man enough to make a relationship work? Can you shut up enough to make a relationship work with a man? But anyway, let me get back to it. If she found a 20K man who she can get along with, who a good dude, build up a relationship with him for 2 years, and once you see that he's solid, got good honor, integrity, things like that, go ahead and deposit your money in his account and let him just run it and be the man. Problem solved. That's your only chance at making something work.
Albert C said, "Ma'am, you got kids. They taking all your money."
Like I said, my daughter's a chemical engineer. So my son's a family man, and my youngest is in college, and their father takes care of them 50-50. So no, it's not the case.
Let me go.
My children actually ask me not to spend money on them because they're grown and can take care of themselves. I raise them to be very independent and financially self-sufficient.
So where's all this money going? No, I need answers. Where the fuck is all this money going then? Shout out to Opera. Opera is the live stream sponsor. He just sent in $5 via Cash App, and I greatly appreciate it. We $20 short of the live stream goal. Maybe we can still make it. But regardless, I want to show my great appreciation for Opera. And I got something for you. No homo. We need $20 more, y'all. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. But since I'm cooking, I appreciate Opera for showing some love. He the live stream sponsor. He the big dog of the night stream. He the sponsor of tonight's stream. This for you, man.
Thank you for being there, man. Charles,
I run shit. You just live here.
More power to him.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here, because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?
Right on, brother. I hear you. Man, I hear you.
my man.
City boy, city boy.
My nigga.
Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. How long I've been on? I ain't getting off right now. I gotta finish cooking this chick. I've been on an hour and a half. I ain't finished with her. I gotta thoroughly cook this one. Cause Kendra gonna snap in a minute. That's what we're really here for. Kendra is about to snap off. Yeah, these women aren't good women to be in relationships with. That's the main issue, is what I'm trying to say. That's the main problem with this woman. That's why nothing has worked out for this woman. It don't got nothing to do with intimidation or money or nothing. She just don't possess the characteristics of a good woman. And most women just don't these days. I don't think, just men don't know what they're getting themselves into when it comes to these women, man. It's just not worth it. I don't know if it's ever been worth it, really. The only time it's worth it to get serious with a woman is if you're going to get fucking at least 80% submission, and her family and friends are going to fucking respect you as well. And that's just not the case for most men in America, fucking period. It's just not. Getting into a relationship with a woman, a serious relationship with a woman where you building a life with her, ends up being hell for at least 85% of men, in my opinion. Absolute fucking hell. And if most men knew what it was really going to be for real, they wouldn't even attempt to get into a serious relationship with an American woman these days. It's just not worth it, man. It's just not worth. Let's just say she ends up being cool. Her mama ain't gonna. What's the chances her mama gonna be cool? What's the chances her sister gonna be cool? What's the chances that her bitch ass friends gonna be cool when they come over and come around? Slim to none. Slim to none, man. It just don't end up being worth it. Let's continue. Cause Kendra about to snap. That's what we're all here for. Kendra is about to snap the fuck off.
Okay. Let's go this one. So you are telling Mr. 40 hours to work harder.
Yeah, I do. Match my energy. Unless you want roles reversed. Unless I'm going to come home to a clean home and food cooked, because I'm putting in 60, sometimes 70.
So what Kendra is about to say and what I'm going to say, when do we have time to kick it? When do you have time to even blow me? You working 70 hours a week. Yeah, you're a dude. You're going to have to get you a stay-at-home dad, a stay-at-home fucking man mom, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Yes. Since you want to be this masculine woman who works 70 hours a week and you on the grind and you trying to retire your mama and daddy and shit like a dude, then yeah, get you a stay-at-home guy then. But you're not going to respect him. So even that wouldn't work out.
But do that. But let me say this. Let me say this. Put in the extra time for yourself.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you respond, but think about it this: if you're working 70 hours a week and he's working 70 hours a week, when the hell do y'all see each other?
This is okay. So when you pushing yourself like this, as you know, Kendra, right? It's a cycle thing. You manage your time. So when you're going hard, right? Together. But when it's time to take a break and go on vacation, then it's time to take a break and go on vacation. So if you putting in the work for 2-3 months, you could take a month off and go on vacation and just work that 40 hour, or I'm sorry, just put in like 20 hours and maintain the outside businesses that you got going on.
What high value man only want to enjoy his bitch, 3 times a year? Man, think about it. Think about it. That's all I'm going to say. Let's keep it going.
Again, I'm not saying that I have 5 or 6 different businesses. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I have secondary income, right? So tax season comes around. I'm a licensed tax preparer, right? I'm a licensed real estate agent, right? So on occasion, there's other things that I do to generate income, and I balance my time. I'm not saying that a man that works 40 hours a week has to go and put in 60 hours a week, but there's going to be intermittently, there's going to be times where I'm putting in extra work. So if you're working 40 and you making enough, then you're fine. But again, we don't want to make this all about money.
Look, can you imagine her demeanor and attitude after she done worked 8 jobs? It's not going to be sweet, soft, and feminine and nurturing. You're not going to like this bitch when she get off work. That's another element we haven't talked about. What do you have left for your man after you've given everything to 8 fucking jobs and side hustles? This is so stupid.
As long as he feels comfortable as a man by what he brings to the table and puts into the pot and is a provider, I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Right. The Hyundai 07 said, appearance is everything. You can't come on here looking like young MA, expecting to find a man. Stud vibes.
Baby, I do not like young MA.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'm getting off work. I have on a hat and some glasses and a hoodie. I was surprised that I even got on because, Kendra, you have so many people that want to be on your show.
No, but I will say this for YouTube now. I can't let you go with that because you were in queue and everybody on YouTube, I tell you I'm going to come to you. So you knew I was picking you.
Yeah, and I went and put this on.
Right, because this is what you think Right. Because you think a 100K man deserves nothing more than this. You knew you were going to come on, and this is what you thought to throw on for a 100K man, the most desired man on the dating market. Would you show up to a job interview like this? But as you said on this interview so far, look, clearly you value making money in jobs more than you value a man. So I guess it makes sense that you would dress up for a job interview, but you would show up like a fucking bum on a dating app interview. It makes total sense. Men aren't worth putting much thought and effort into. That's what you're basically saying and showing. And there's no excuse for it. He got to provide for you, but you can't even get dressed up for him. Think about it.
I'm not fronting.
But you can't say you're surprised because as I was talking, like I gave a list of when I would come to you. So you knew you were going to be selected.
No, I did, and I went and put this on, is what I'm saying. But I didn't go, and I don't wear makeup. I'm not gonna pump fake, right?
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wear this is my natural hair. I'm at work. I got a hat on. I'm not gonna pump fake and just go throw something on. I think somebody would rather see me as I am than to go pretend who I. See, that's the thing about me. And they say these little comments and stuff like that. So which one we gonna do? Put on some fake eyelashes real quick? You want me to go beat my face real quick?
Yes.
But then the same men turn around and be talking smack that women be putting on masks and pretending to be somebody that they not. And then when they see them in face to face, you come on now. That's the
women always think in extremes. What, you want me to wear a ball gown? Well, what you want me to do? You want me to get a whole makeup team? No, we just want you to put in some type of effort. I hate when women do that. If you tell them to do one thing, they say, oh, you want me to do X, Y, Z. They over-exaggerate, and they always speak in extremes. You say, hey, babe, damn, I mean, you couldn't dress up for me a little bit? What you want me to do? You want me to get a whole wardrobe? What you want me to do? You want me to hire the motherfucking best designer in the country? Man, I ain't say all that. Stop it. Women are usually on one end of the extreme or the other end of the extreme. And it's very fucking annoying when you're trying to have a regular, normal, human conversation.
The thing about men, like they say they want something, and then when it's presented to them, they don't know what to do with it except throw insults and try to make a strong woman feel less than because she knows who she is. I'm not giving young MA vibes. MA eats coochie. I do not eat coochie. Period, point blank. And we'll leave it at that.
This is coming off horrible. This is a terrible presentation. Not only to a man who may have been looking to date her, but even somebody who wanted to maybe work with one of her businesses, maybe hire her, even somebody who maybe wanted a new friend. This is not coming across good. Women have no self-awareness whatsoever. She has ruined her reputation completely. She should have stayed her ass off of here.
I'm not trying to insult nobody either.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
My nails are done. I have on earrings and a bedazzled hat. Miss me with that.
No, miss us.
AJ said, why would a guy care about a woman's income if he ain't spending it? Your logic is flawed. Ain't no dude coming on the show asking for Mrs. Six Figures.
I don't make six figures. Dude, let's count on our fingers here. I said I make $85,000 a year, and I have the earning potential of up to 100 to 120,000 because I know how to bring in multiple streams of income.
She completely missed the point like women usually do. It's so difficult to talk to women and try to get points across to them. That comment completely went over her head. And this is how it's going to be if any disagreement happens in the house. No, thank you.
I'm saying this is what I aspire to do. I think I've said it like 10 times. Back me up here, Kendra. I know I've been completely transparent in saying that.
No, I think where the challenge is coming is when you were just saying that you make a certain amount of money, but you have also said you would date a man with $50,000, but he just has to make potential. But then these comments are coming when you were talking about, you made a statement, and I said it too, when you said a man that makes what you want usually wants that type of woman. And that's where the disagreement comes in. Because, see, like you, this is where it gets tricky. And this is why I say some women price themselves out.
But that's a
See,
man, and
hold
he's
on,
a
hold on, let me finish,
provider.
Kim.
You feel me?
But Kim, no, Kim, I'm gonna let you respond. So if a man, like I said, makes 250K, he, in his mind, I'm the provider. Like, this is why I got this money. I'm paying all the bills. But the flip side is this: when a woman makes 250K, that's not her mindset. She still wants a man that is going to provide for her. Now, what happens is, this is when I say sometimes you can price yourself out, because at 250K, whether, I know everybody rich on my show, but percentage shows it's a small pool, right? So what happens is, this 250K man, when he seeks his partner, he's seeking in the mindset, I'm paying for everything. When the 250K woman seeks her partner, she's seeking for a man that's gonna pay more, makes more to her, and provide for her. But it doesn't work that way, because the man that makes more or the same might not want you back. That's for one. And then where the game got screwed up is, if you were a man, you wouldn't care about money because you'll be paying for everything. But as a woman, that's not what you want to do. And I understand that logic. And that's why I said money is the biggest problem when it comes to dating right now.
Yeah, and just to sum up what you said at the latter end of it, that's exactly what it is. A man is a provider, right? So the way that, first of all, the way that a man's mind is wired is different than the way that a woman's mind is wired. We also got to keep in mind, what do you saying you want this, but what do you really want? Do you want a woman who understands where her role is in a partnership, or do you want a woman that's coming in and being dominant? So I can come in, or that's not in me, it's not in my nature, but I can.
Right. Yeah, dominance isn't in your nature. Masculinity isn't in your nature. Ma'am, do you know that we can see you? I'm going to insert that Cat Williams meme when I chop this up. You've come across very dominant and masculine in this interview. You think you're going to save it at the end by saying you're not? We've seen that you are with our own eyes and our own ears. We've seen that you are and heard that you are.
Come in and say, okay, I make enough money and I'm okay with a man that can just, be at home and taking care of the house. I can come in and say the exact same stuff that those men making $250,000 a year. And then I'm emasculating men. I'm taking men out of their role as a leader and as a provider. I'm a woman by nature, and I want a provider. And again, I'm not looking for someone to provide for me specifically. It's a union, right? So I want someone to be able to contribute to the provisions of our family.
Well, who do you want them to provide for? Why do you keep saying provider? If you just want a 50-50, man, like, why do you keep saying provider? I just don't get it. And how much are your bills to where you have to make $85K and go 50-50? Like, I don't get it. I really don't. I'm lost. A woman who got her finances together wouldn't be this pressed about a provider. I'm sorry, especially at 40. So what? You paying all your bills at 85, so he come in with his 85 and now you get to pocket 45? Get the fuck out of here.
It's a union, right? So I want someone to be able to contribute to the provisions of our family. I don't want to be the breadwinner. I've already been that. I've been taking care of kids. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've been raising kids on my own for 14 years, not because.
Oh, hold up. Earlier you said your ex was taking care of the kids 50-50. Now you spinning the narrative that you've been taking care of kids on your own for 14 years? See how these bitches contradict themselves?
I wanted to, because I had to. I don't want to be a provider, a sole provider anymore, right? So I don't want to be taking care of a man. What rational woman would want to be taking care of a man? No. I can continue to take care of myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying make $80,000 a year for me. I'm not saying make $50,000 a year for me. I'm saying I want you to want this for yourself. That's all.
No, this is not for a man to do for himself. You're coming on the show saying what you want. It is for you. Everything you're saying is for you. These are your dating preferences. Like, you just sound stupid now.
So let me say this, because I want to say this, and I feel like it's 2025, and we got to just start having like a little bit more real talk conversation.
I don't want to be a provider, a sole provider anymore, right? So I don't want to be taking care of a man. What rational woman would want to be taking care of a man? No. I can continue to take care of myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying make $80,000 a year for me. I'm not saying make $50,000 a year for me. I'm saying I want you to want this for yourself. That's all.
So let me say this, because I want to say this, and I feel like it's 2025, and we got to just start having like a little bit more real talk conversations. I understand everything you're saying as a woman. I'm a woman myself. I've heard this over and over again. Here is the harsh truth. Every woman ain't getting a provider. And that's just the bottom line. I'm sorry to let you all know.
Then he ain't for me.
Every woman is not going to get a provider. Some of y'all going to get teammates. Some of y'all going to get you might be 70, he paying 30. Some of y'all might be this is just a real talk moment. I know what you all want, but there just ain't enough providers to go around for every woman. So we can keep saying the same song and dance, all it is, but at 5.
She laughing and cracking up, but it's real. Like, reality hurts women's feelings. Women hate reality. Women hate reality talk. They want to keep living in their fairy tale. Statistically speaking, only 17% of men make 100K. So this 100K provider that every woman wants. So this 100K man that every woman wants, only 17% of women can have them, statistically. Mathematically speaking, only 17% of women are going to get them. And usually those women get them before it's 25. Usually the women who are going to get commitment from six-figure men, they got commitment from him before he was a six-figure man. By the time a man making six figures, he gonna have some hoes if he ain't already married. Fucking period. And usually even if he is married. So these women got another thing coming, man. Kendra trying to tell them, but she don't want to hear it. She's trying to cope by laughing and saying, well, he ain't for me. Oh, if he ain't a provider, he ain't for me. You just ain't gonna be with nobody. You had plenty of chances to find a man to be with in 20 years of dating. And after pushing out 3 kids, you had a husband. You should have stayed with your motherfucking husband. How about that?
5 years, motherfucker.
That's sad.
So here's
That's sad.
truth. Everybody ain't getting a provider. So here it is. You around for every woman. So we can keep saying the same song and dance, all it is. But at 5 years, motherfucker.
That's sad.
So here's
sad.
truth. Everybody ain't getting a provider.
No, what's sad is you pushed out 3 kids for a man and was married to him and left him because you thought you could level up, and you can't level up. And that's what's sad. What's sad is you're never going to get what you're asking for. What's sad is you're not going to do the things necessary to attract any man, let alone a six-figure man. That's what's sad. You're going to die alone with cats. That's what's sad. You're going to be a burden on your kids with your misery. That's what's sad. You not getting 100K, man, like, just stop it, man. Talking about that's sad. No, starving kids in Africa is sad. A fat dyke with a Lilo and Stitch hoodie and a bedazzled ball cap not getting a six-figure man is not sad. To the world. I mean, it's sad for you, but it ain't sad to nobody else on the planet. I think most people could find something more noble to be sad about than an average-looking fat dyke with a Lilo and Stitch hoodie and a bedazzled ball cap with some wood paneling walls trying to act like she's the queen of fucking England, not getting a six-figure man. Look, nah. That ain't a tear-jerker, bitch. That ain't a tear-jerker.
Real talk moment. I know what you all want, but there just ain't enough providers to go around for every woman. So we can keep saying the same song and dance, all it is, but at 5 years, motherfucker, I'm
That's
tired.
sad.
So here's the
That's
statistics for the
sad.
truth. Everybody ain't getting a provider. So here it is. You got to decide what you want. If you want a man, you got to decide the kind of man that's trying to court you and focus on the best man that's trying to court you and be real with your shit. Because there's some women who paying all the bills and y'all just don't know. Now there's some women who being taken care of, but you might not be that woman that's gonna be taken care of.
But hold on one
I
second,
ain't got a
Kendra.
penis. I ain't
Hold on,
going out
because
here.
shots
But
fired.
hold on, Kim. But I'm just tired because what it is I hear the same thing over and over and over again for 5 years. But what y'all are failing to realize, every woman ain't gonna get that man.
Okay,
So
but hold on.
Kim,
I'm
cut me off. I'm talking. You don't have to respect me for 1 second on my show. So now we at 2025, okay?
Wow.
What you want? You can be, first of all, you can be happy by yourself. There ain't nothing wrong with that. So I don't want to hear this brainwash you, nothing out of man. That's not the truth. You can be single, happy, and flourishing in life. So let's start there. Now, if you want a man, you got to learn your personal man dating pool. Who is the best type of man that's trying to date you? And if the best type of man that's trying to date you, you don't like, it's time for you to change you because you want a different type of man to court you. And that's just the end of the damn sentence.
Okay.
Burn. Hey, bars. But hey, I'm going to be more harsh with it. Look, these women aren't happy. I would love to just know the percentage of women who are single at 50, let's just say, and are genuinely happy and who are going to stay happy for the rest of their lives. That's a small percentage of women. Well, first off, women just aren't happy, period. Women just aren't happy people. Like, even regardless of the situation, women just aren't happy people. And women are more social beings than men. So no, I would say at least 95% of women who are single at any point in life, look, they're not going to be happy with it. But look, you know what? I ain't even going to say nothing else. I'm not going to say nothing else. The harsh truth for this woman is she don't qualify for a 40K man. And if she don't drastically lower her standards, she will definitely spend the rest of her life alone. That's just the bottom line. Oh my goodness, 100K man. Kendra is fed the fuck up. Look at her face. Kendra just need to say, if you got to call my show looking for a 100K man, you don't qualify for a 100K man. The women who qualify for a 100K man are either with a 100K man or they're actively, constantly getting courted by 100K man. Point blank, fucking period. You bitches that come on this show aren't good dating options for a homeless man. That's what we really need to talk about. Let's talk about why you're not a good dating option for a homeless crack addict. And forget about this 100K talk.
So, but look, I specifically said that I've met men with different types of earning potential. I have no problem meeting and dating men. I'm on this show because I think the show is dope, right? But with that being said, in terms of provider, you're missing. I think the whole audience, maybe this is something new. So maybe they gotta get on board with this.
Okay, she's trying to get us to believe that she only came on Kendra G's show because it's dope, not because she's looking for a man. You don't come on a dating show just because it's dope. You come on a dating show because you're looking for a man. If the type of men you were checking for were checking for you, you wouldn't have to come on a dope dating show. Nice try, lady. Nice try. So T. Orlando says, I make 6 figures and I smashed the chick off Kendra. Oh yeah, like women could get smashed by a 6-figure man, but that's not a flex. For a woman to get fucked by any man is never a flex. You know what I mean? Even this fat dyke could probably get smashed by a 100K man. I'm not trying to be mean when I call her a fat dyke, but look, just for the sake of this situation. I'm sure she could probably even get smashed by a 6-figure man. But commitment from a 6-figure man and he move in and they buy a house together and shit? No. What incentive do a 40K... Let me take that back. What incentive does a 40, 50-year-old man who makes 6 figures have to settle down with a 40-plus-year-old woman? Like buy a house, buy a ring, get married? For what? What's the benefit to him? Why not just kick it with her from time to time and then still have his hoes on the side on top of that? I mean, yeah, she might get a date with a 6-figure man, but here's my point. Even if she was a baddie with no kids at 40 with a banging body, there is no point to take a woman serious after a certain age. Let's just say 30. I say after 23, but let's just say after 30. For what? There's no reason for a man to stick around a woman if she's not raising his kids. Women are fucking annoying after a while. A woman's bedazzle is the first initial interactions, the first few times you fuck, maybe the first 3 months. After that, women just get bitchy and annoying, obnoxious, and just difficult to be around. Let's just talk about that regardless of what she look like, regardless of what her stats are. Women aren't likable. 95% of women aren't likable to sit in a room with. Let's talk about that. So what incentive do a man have other than she's raising my children to stick around a bitch consistently day in and day out? That's my question. I need somebody to answer me, even if she is a badass bitch. Seriously, that's my question. I really need an answer. Matter of fact, let's just say she's a 25-year-old fine ass bitch with a banging ass body. Let's just say. After you fuck her 50 times, keep in mind, she's a fine 25-year-old with a banging body and a nice personality to boot. But because women degrade, even their personality and demeanor degrade over time. So after you fuck her 50 times, and the excitement of some new pussy go away, and let's just say she can't have kids, after kicking it with her for 3 or 4 years, like what? Once she start getting older and start getting used to you and the respect start to fade and shit, why would you stick around her for another 50 years? She's only getting uglier and older and fatter and bitchier. And she's not going to have your kids. Let's say she's sterile. What incentive do you have to stick around with this bitch for decades? I genuinely want to know. I challenge my audience to answer that fucking question with a good answer. So let alone a 40-year-old with a funky ass. Like, you see what I'm saying? The example I just gave was a 25-year-old bad bitch. But the women I go over are 40-year-old washed up women with multiple kids and bad attitudes. Like, let's have a real conversation here. Let's have a real conversation here, man. Let's take kids off the table. If we taking kids completely off the table, there's only any incentive for a man to stick around with a woman in a serious way from, let's just say, 18 to 20. No, you know what? From 18 to 30. Let's say a woman can maintain her cool personality. She could be an asset to your life, good in bed, like no kids are involved, but she a cool person to be around and she bring value to your life. After 30, there's no reason to hang in there. It's all downhill after that. Even if she is a woman who RB Sensei would call a good woman. That's saying something. Like, I'm even talking about the women I would call a good woman. What would be the point to stick around with her into her 30s and 40s and 50s? Well, what? Why? Kids is the only reason to stick around a woman for decades. So as a 40-year-old woman, we're not having kids. You have the least, look, you don't have a likable personality at 40. I wonder what percentage of women have likable personalities after 40. Well, we know this woman doesn't have a likable personality. And that's the thing. A lot of guys would harp on, oh, she fat or whatever. She looked like a dyke. She didn't dress up. All that aside, I'm going to say it again. She's not likable to sit in a room with. That's the most important aspect of all this. Like, I'm just gonna press play.
But with that being said, in terms of provider, you're missing. I think the whole audience, maybe this is something new. So maybe they gotta get on board with this. I'm not saying be a provider for me. Be a provider for yourself. For yourself first. Anything that we do, we have to do for ourselves first before we even think that we're gonna get it from a relationship. So I don't need a man. And see, and then if I get caught up in this and I say this the wrong way, then I'm gonna come off as an overpowerful woman. I'm not asking a man to provide for me and take care of me. Anything that I've been doing in terms of my bills, my miscellaneous, my entertainment, whatever, my children, whatever, I'm going to continue to do that for myself. It will be a partnership. It will be a shared partnership of providing. We will provide for each other. I'm specifically saying that men that do not come to the table equally yoked, oftentimes end up feeling intimidated by the process, and they end up with lesser women. Women make less money. I've been told by men that I am intimidating when it comes to my motivation to push myself to do more. And every year I get better and better and better. So,
and oftentimes, and like I said earlier, there are men who get intimidated. But oftentimes men say that to be nice. They just don't like who you are as a human. That's really what it is. It's not that they're intimidated. They just don't fucking like you. They think you're a fucking bitch. And they find you obnoxious and overbearing. But they know it'll feed your ego for them to say, oh, I'm intimidated by you, baby. Because let's be clear. Like I said, there are men who are intimidated by women who are doing it big financially. But even those men aren't going to admit it to her. Men have egos. They're not going to tell a bitch they're intimidated. That's the last thing a man want to tell a woman, even if it's true. Like, oh, baby, I'm intimidated by you. So by the time a man verbally telling a woman, I'm intimidated by you, it's a lie and he just don't like her. Flat out.
in terms of me wanting a provider, and see, that's the thing too. A provider is not just about money. We talked about money and we harped on it way, way too long. A provider is more than that. A provider is somebody who brings more to the table than just money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and a protector. I'm not just looking for someone that can provide for themselves. Yes, be able to provide for yourself. I want a protector.
As a woman, you have to inspire a man to want to provide and protect. It's not just like, oh, I want to provide and protect. I'm inspired to provide and protect just because you're a woman. You're not feminine. You're not fit. You're not friendly. No man is going to feel compelled to protect and provide for you. Period.
About money. We talked about money and we harped on it way, way too long. A provider is more than that. A provider is somebody who brings more to the table than just money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and a protector. I'm not just looking for someone that can provide for themselves. Yes, be able to provide for yourself. I want a protector. I want somebody who understands a woman and is able to lead and guide me as a woman and nurture my ambitions.
No.
Right? So there's different.
She wants a cheerleader. She wants a woman. She said, I need a man to nurture my ambitions. That's what a woman's supposed to do for a man. Just go les. You need a woman. You need a supportive, fit, feminine, friendly, submissive woman on your side. That's exactly what you need.
Different facets to this where I'm looking for this role in terms of a hierarchy of a man in my life. The man specifically in my life. And if I have to wait for him, I will, because I understand I'm not for everybody.
Okay, fair enough, Kim. I'm not even sure where we were with all the questions. We did your last relationship?
No.
Okay, when was your last relationship?
My last relationship was 2.5 years ago.
Okay, you don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
5 months ago.
5 months ago. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I actually wrote these down.
Ooh, somebody prepared for the flaws. That's the first. Okay.
I need to stop I need to stop cutting people off. So when I lose patience with the situation, instead of just letting it go, I need to try to have more communication and resolution. So working on my resolution skills instead of cutting people off. I need to stop hiding my light. When I feel overwhelmed, I'm a recluse. Like I'll just throw myself in my work, I'll throw myself in my family. And so, me actually taking a step to jump on this show or whatever is me, saying, let me stop hiding my light all the time. And then the last one is I need to make more time for myself because I'm very focused on, I'm very career driven. I'm very focused on.
Yeah, we know you're very career driven. So you need to make time for yourself on top of making time for a man, because I'm sure you want some alone time on top of working 70 hours a week. So, look, a man doesn't fit into this life. It's very clear.
Setting goals and accomplishing goals and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
and I
why
tend
would a
to
guy
give
be-
more to other people than I give to myself.
Say one more time, sweetheart.
I tend to give too much to other people and not to myself. So make more time for myself.
Make more time for yourself. All right. And why would a man be lucky to be with you?
Let's hear it.
I'm well-rounded. I have a great relationship with the Most High. I have some very solid core family values. I'm very loyal. I speak life into people. Positivity is something that I'm big on. And I'm always be honest.
Okay. All right, let's do it. So, Kim, should he be in Michigan?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
I don't want to put myself in a box.
You're 40. What's the age range you want to date?
38 to 49.
She laughing because she know it's ridiculous and shallow. As a 40-year-old woman, your dating market is, look, really 55 to 75. Men who doing their thing in their 40s and 50s, man, they not checking for no 40-year-old woman. But that's why she smiled, because she knows it's ridiculous. She knows it's ridiculous that she don't want to even go into the 50s, knowing that men like to date 10 to 15 years younger at this point in their life.
Okay. And I'm assuming you don't care if he has kids?
I don't, as long as he don't got a lot of back child support. As long as he don't got no back child support.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Because I'm not taking on nobody else's debt. My ex-husband stayed on top of his child support and never had he wasn't no deadbeat dad. So I'd be damned if I be with a deadbeat father. That's not.
Well, you should have stayed with him. Yeah, you definitely should have just stayed with him then.
Okay.
Because I'm not taking on nobody else's debt. My ex-husband stayed on top of his child support and never had he wasn't no deadbeat dad. So I'd be damned if I be with a deadbeat father that's not taking care of their kids.
Say one more time.
I said, I never dealt with that, right? So no back child support.
No back child support. Okay. No back child support. Okay. So let's do it. We got Kim, Detroit, 40. Oh, I know you're now on the dating app. So Kim is definitely taking, think of a username, and that's the way they can find you.
It'll probably be Detroit, because that's my username on all my social media.
Okay. When you create it, let us know. Okay.
Will do.
Bye, baby girl.
That was rough. So let me answer T. Orlando. He asked, would I smash Kendra G? I really don't like Kendra G. Like, I don't like her attitude. I mean, she has her fake nice girl attitude she puts on, but all the times that I've seen Kendra G get buck and get masculine and loud, it just completely turned me off. So aside from looks, no, I wouldn't fuck Kendra G. Because I genuinely don't like her soul, and I don't like who she is as a person. That's why I wouldn't fuck her. Not because she's ugly or anything. Well, and that's another question. Like, with makeup and hair and shit done, or like fresh out the bed in the morning. But I guess that's besides the point. No, I wouldn't fuck Kendra G because I don't like her as a human. One thing that's a really big turn on for me is if a woman is actually feminine and likable as a human to just sit in a room with, aside what she look like. If a woman's a bitch to sit in the room with, no, I don't want to fuck. I don't care what she look like or what her body look like. Is Kendra G good in bed? I get the vibes no. Big ego, but garbage in bed. That's what I get from Kendra. I got one more part I want to go over, and then I'm fucking out. Can't take this no more. This is over 2 hours. We didn't even meet goals, so y'all definitely got your time worth, I guess.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Someone said, child, you know what? I'm gonna get to that in a second. Oh God, okay, Jay, show the room. Show the room. Show the other side of the room. No, show the other side of the room. Something, just because you're married doesn't mean anything. And you just proved the point I was about to make about marriage. You are a sector of a lot of people who are married who I would rather be single than legally bound to this bullshit.
Well, marriage is outdated, right? It's outdated. The morals, the principle of marriages is no longer exist for the times that we are living in. First off, if you really want to harp on marriage, right?
No, we're not really gonna harp on nothing. Prince, I'm gonna go. I wish you the best. Call me when you get a divorce. I can't do it no more. Yeah, I can't do it no more. I think that at this moment in time, this weaponizing of not being married, give it a break. Give it a break, okay? Like it's you can't play games with a strong person.
We're not playing games. We're not trying to mind pluck you, Kendra. Look, you're a failure of a woman when it comes to biologically. You're a self-made millionaire, and I commend you for that. But far as the core of what it is to be a woman, you fucking failed. You can't keep a man, and you haven't had kids yet, and you want kids because you froze your eggs. So when it comes to the woman fundamentals, you failed miserably. Not only because you didn't get married, or not because you didn't get married, you've never had a 15, 20-year relationship, and you never had kids. That's fundamentally why you're a fucking failure. Forget the paperwork. I would have gave you the benefit of the doubt if you would have had a 20-year relationship and had a couple of kids, and now you single. I would have gave you some type of salute even for that. But you can't keep a man to save your life, and you probably will never have kids and reproduce. And you'll never have anybody to pass all this money down to. I mean, you'll pass it down to somebody, but you know what I mean. All this money and success, no partner, and no kids to share it with. That's a fucking fail. Especially as a woman. Honestly, I would even say as a man too. To some extent, biologically speaking. Oh yeah, I think she did get an abortion, didn't she? That's rough. That's rough. And yeah, I don't get the vibe that Kendra is saving and investing properly. Like, it seemed like she spent, for the most part, what she make. But I could be wrong. I don't wish any downfall on Kendra G. But we're not trying to trick you, Kendra. We're not trying to trick you. It says a lot about a woman if she can't keep a fucking man around. Flat out. There's no other way to get around it. If all these men are trying to get at you, but you can never keep one, it says something about who you are as a person.
Being married just to be married does not make sense at all, okay? Married does not... Call me when you get a divorce. I can't do it no more. Yeah, I can't do it no more. I think that at this moment in time, this weaponizing of not being married, give it a break. Give it a break, okay? Like, you can't play games with a strong person. Being married just to be married does not make sense at all, okay? Now, again, I don't want to take away from marriage because I do believe in marriage, and I know that there are people who are happily married, and I salute those relationships. I also know a lot of people who are married who wish they could be divorced, who trying to get a divorce, who are mad that they got married because now everything's legally bound. They can't get out. They losing money. So this...
Why can't you make a relationship work? Okay, let's just say I get on your page, Kendra. Fuck marriage. It ain't all that it's cracked up to be fine. Why can't you just make a relationship work? Can you answer me that? Please. Why do you keep failing at every relationship you get in? Something's off. It's not because you're so great at picking men or you're so great at being in a relationship with men.
This whole thing about marriage being the jackpot, that is actually a lie. So don't get brainwashed and believing just because you a married person that life is great. That doesn't take away from the people who are married and life is great. So please hear me, happily married people. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that fall into the pool of Prince and his wife. So you rather hear from the woman who met a man in 90 days, and because she got a ring on her finger, you think she's more logical? Because I saw a lot of your comments saying, don't listen to Kendra, she's not married. Thank God I'm not dumb enough to get tied up into some shit I shouldn't be tied up in. I would rather, that's a whole nother conversation.
You want to be married, Kendra. Can you just be honest? Just be real. You want to be married. You want to find that special guy who's worth marrying, who will get down on one knee and propose to you. You want that. You really do. But at this point, you're starting to realize it's never going to happen. You're not going to get it. So just stop spazzing out on your show when people make comments and trigger you. Because when you get triggered like this, you're showing how much you really do want it and how much you really are jealous of people who have it. Obviously, you're not jealous of the people who have a bad marriage, but you want marriage. Let's not get that fucked up.
But let's take me out the equation. Because I saw so many people got so mad. Do every girl know a person that has a provider? Is this something, am I in the Twilight Zone? Every woman watching, y'all just tell me. Does every woman you know, is she dating a man or married to a man that is a provider? Take me out. Take me out, because I know y'all said, I would pick me, I'm this. Just take me out. Let's just use your reality for a second. Because I feel like we be pushing back on just things that y'all be getting mad at. I'm saying, like, why don't y'all know this? Like, it's 2025. You really don't know this in 2025? There are men who provide, yes, but that is not the 100% of the men walking this planet. So I just need to know, am I in the Twilight Zone? So if you know every woman you know don't got a provider, why do you get mad when I say every woman ain't gonna get a provider? Think about that for a second. Again, take your emotions off for me. If you know in your own life that every woman you know does not have a provider, why did you get mad when I said every woman's not gonna get a provider? I am confused when just simple common things are stated, people get so upset. So I just want to...
Yeah, I just think it's funny because all these women who mad about the idea of not getting provider probably ain't gonna get a man, period. That's the crazy thing about it. They just need to give it the fuck up, honestly.
Understand. Can the class help me understand?
And here's the thing, a woman, man, women aren't worth providing for, man. A bitch gotta pay something with me. I don't care if I make $10 million a month. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not just fucking taking care of you like a dependent. Like, if you ain't raising my kids, nah. I don't care if I make $10 million. Run me your $30,000 and I'll invest that. Women aren't likable enough to provide for and me be happy with that. You got to provide something for me. Other than your annoying ass personality and your nagging and bitching. Zachariah says, because women wanted to be free, the cost of living rose. 100 years ago, a man could work a normal job, facts, and provide. It had a cost, lady, so now you do 50-50 if you ain't traditional from early on, facts.
Because somebody please. Because what's going to happen is we can keep living in delusional land for the rest of our lives if you want to, and y'all can just keep calling me for as long as I do this show and just keep saying the same thing over and over again. I mean, if that's what y'all want to do, that's what we could do, I guess. Or at one point in time, we're going to look up and say, wait a minute, actually, I got 10 girlfriends, and one's married. That relationship, this is why I always do tell y'all, if you really do want to get married, get you real life married friends, not social media real married friends. Get you real life married friends. I have a lot of married friends, a lot of married mentors. So that's why I know a lot about marriage. And one thing I've learned,
You don't know shit about marriage unless you've been married. Point blank, period. It's only so much a person can convey just sitting at the dinner table with you telling you about marriage. I'm sure they gave you some insights. But no, you don't know shit about marriage until you've been in a marriage for years and years and years. Point blank, period.
is this provider thing, that thing could change. You know, I tell a real popular story of one of my friends married an athlete, and like 2 years in the relationship, he got hurt. And then if she was just about the money, then she would be getting a divorce 2 years later, but she wasn't just about the money. So their dynamics of income shifted for a second because it was a partnership. It was a partnership. So take the emotions you have off of Kendra, whether you believe it or not. I have nothing but love for you. I have nothing but love for you, and I'm just trying to enlighten you. So I would say this: get you real life married friends, not social media friends, because social media only posts the highlights of marriage. But real life married people will take you in the room and tell you the truth about that shit. And I think I need to know the truth about.
But see, people go vent the hard times to the friends. I would say, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because think about it. A married couple or your married girlfriends ain't going to call you like, me and my husband had a great day today. We had a good date. We cuddled up. We watched our favorite show. I melted in his arms. They're not going to tell you about that. They only going to get riled up when something bad happened and tell you about that. So in a way, I feel like marriage get a bad rap because you're only hearing when they venting about the bad stuff. They're not going to call you when they just had a regular good old day. See what I'm saying? Just, I don't know. Kendra, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's basically what I'm saying. I've been on a long fucking time. That was one Kendra video, and I've been on for 2 hours and 23 minutes. Maybe I won't chop that episode. I mean, I gotta find a way to chop that episode up, but that's gonna be an annoying bitch to edit, to try to find what parts and what points I want to actually leave in the 12 to 17 minute video. That's gonna be fucking annoying or fun. I don't know. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I will be back tomorrow. Thanks to Neo for sending in the $25 donation earlier in the live stream we did. But look, this is what I need everybody to do. Join the membership. I'm trying to get the membership numbers up. $10 a month. You get access to a bunch of live streams in case you miss a live stream. Get access to 2 videos every time I drop one. So yeah, hit the link in the description and join the membership. $10 a month. The more members I get, the more membership only content I'm gonna create. Also, hit the links in the description and check out all the merch. I got a new design that says, beware, fellas. If she's not demonic, she's at least Satan adjacent. And I got like 3 different designs for it. Super dope shit. I got fucking jogging suits, fucking hats, the whole shebang. Go fuck with me. Yeah, this is going to be a good episode when I chop it up. Oh, another thing. Go run up the numbers on the video I dropped today. The numbers is super low. I get it. Because it's a video called 10 Traits to Look For in a Guy Dating as a Woman in Their Teens and 20s. So I get why y'all might not be interested in that topic. But I think even as a guy, it's a dope video to check out. So go run the numbers up on that if you haven't seen it already. But y'all my diehards who watch my live stream. So I'm sure everybody in here pretty much already seen that episode. Let me get a 1 in the chat right now. If you've seen today's episode I dropped about 10 traits to look for in a guy as a woman. Just let me know. Let me see who watched that video already. Can I get a 1 in the chat? Okay. Any opinions on that too? Like, did y'all think I hit a lot of good points on that video? Oh, hey, shout out to T. Orlando. He said all types of gay videos will flood his algorithm if you watch that video. I feel you. I'm hoping that one might pick up and get me some female audience members. So that really wasn't for y'all. That was to try to hit the algorithm and get some new subscribers and watchers, maybe some female subscribers and watchers. But yeah, somebody specifically asked me to make that video on my other backup channel. My backup channel is called Modern Dating Gone Wrong. Follow that. I don't know if it's in the description. If it's not, you could just type in the word in YouTube, Modern Dating Gone Wrong, and follow that channel. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it, man. I'm going to be back tomorrow for sure. I mean, I guess it ain't 100% for sure. You never know. But if I'm still kicking, I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate that the likes is matching the views. I got 22 watchers and 22 likes. Keep that up, y'all. All right. RB Sensei out. Thanks for y'all for stopping by.